Which seat? You want me to sit next to you or you take my seat? That's true. That's why I was sitting there. You want to go back. It's not too late. With Jake, I did those, so
Well, the thing is, right? I don't know as much about the team last year. Like, if I did it last year, I would have known too much about the team just because of Ryan playing. But this year, I don't know that much. Like, obviously, I know some things. Whatever.
Remember when I'm pretending to be where I'm not anymore.
This first guy.
And I'm back in the wake of the mistakes.
This guy. About the sport. About the league.
yeah.
About the team. Yeah, I'm not saying. Don't listen to me.
I'm trying to understand where you're going with
Well,
this.
I'm trying to speak in a coherent sentence that's not. Alright. It's really not what it is.
I love how we're gonna have a sheet of ice cream.
Look who's here! Mr. Steiner!
Have fun, because once the game starts, I can't talk to you guys. Have fun. I gotta do the senior stuff pretty soon. Are you awake now? No. Are you awake now? I think we should start at 6. I think he's looking at 6:10. Whenever he throws his hands up, I'll start. That's like I'm doing that. I'll do that.
I'm not going through this sequence, that's how
Hey, it's Joe Mish's grandparents. I know them.
I'm proud of you. This view sucks.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Wayne Valley High School, the home of the Indians. Tonight's contest is being conducted according to the rules of the Jersey State High School Athletic Association. These rules provide for fair competition among players. Spectators can help promote good sportsmanship by observing the rules of fair play. Any verbal, written, or physical conduct related to race, gender, ethnicity, disability, sexual orientation, or religion shall not be tolerated, to subject the violator to ejection, and may result in penalties being assessed against your team. Each one is requested to take personal responsibility to keeping the competition at a high level of good sportsmanship. Thank you for cooperation and enjoy this evening's game. Thank you.
They're gonna start in like 2 minutes for the marching band.
Oh, this is Indian Hills Band?
It's their band. Have their senior right here.
I don't think they have it. Oh yeah. Oh, I don't know. Well, because it's past.
Their band. Like here.
This is supposed to What's up, man?
George Washington.
Tonight, we will honor our graduating senior varsity cheerleaders and our graduating senior varsity football players from the class of 2020. First up tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is our varsity cheerleaders. Our first cheerleader being escorted by our mother Daisy is the captain, senior Nikki Grom. Our next senior being escorted by our mother Rachel, her father Billy, and her brother Liam is the captain, senior Kayla Dutch. Billy Campschmidt. Our next senior being escorted by our mother Linda and her father John is the captain, senior Brianna Kulick. Our next senior being escorted by our mother Ivana. Our next senior being escorted by our mother Nancy, father Dave, sister Chloe and Sabrina is Heather Mayer. Our next senior being escorted by our mother Lisa and father John is the captain, senior Nicole Morse. Our next senior being escorted by our mother Anna, father Derek, and sister Veronica and Isabella is one of my favorites. She's Carolina Telma. And our next senior being escorted by our father Russ and recent graduate of 2018, sister Allie, is the captain, senior Courtney White. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a big round of applause for our senior varsity cheerleaders of the graduating class of 2020. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to introduce to you our senior varsity football players from the graduating class of 2020. Our first senior being escorted by his mother Maria, father Jason, brothers Jason and Jacob, is senior running back and quarterback, number 3, Elijah Lugo. Our next senior being escorted by his mother Elaine, his father John, grandmother Anna, sister Gianna, and brothers Adrian and Ivan, is senior quarterback number 4, John Alexander. Our next senior being escorted by his mother Karen, his father Kevin, and brothers Zach and Corey, is senior wide receiver and cornerback number 8, Aaron Neef. Our next senior being escorted by his mother Medivet, his father Ibrahim, and sister Nisa, is senior punter and kicker number 11, Mo Gega. Our next senior being escorted by his mother Katrina, his father Kelly, his grandparents Angelo and Norma, and recent graduate of 2018 Kayla, is senior wide receiver and safety number 13, Chase Hemming. Our next senior being escorted by his mother Michelle, his father John, grandfather Vince, grandmother Ellen, and her husband Roger, is senior tight end and safety, number 15, Anthony De Palma. Our next senior being escorted by his mother Anna, father Chris, sister Emanuela and Irene, and brother Manny, is senior running back and linebacker, number 24, Jerry Silianisis. Our next senior being escorted by his mother Jennifer, father Wayne, brother Connor, and super great sister Grace, is senior quarterback and wide receiver, number 28, Robert Schneider. Our next senior being escorted by his mother Jennifer, his father Kenneth, sister Emily, and brother Jack, is senior inside linebacker, number 40, Joe Beastie Misha. Our next senior being escorted by his mother Diane, his father George, and brother Andre, is senior linebacker and fullback, number 44, Benino Dorsey. Our next senior being escorted by his mother Kim, father Frank, and sister Melissa, is senior left tackle, number 50, Frank Totora. Our next senior being escorted by his mother Jeanette, father John, and brother Justin, is senior right guard and defensive tackle, number 54, Jordan Botero. Our next senior being escorted by his mother Maggie and brothers Jacob and Armani is senior right guard and defensive tackle, number 62, Justin Lopez. Our next senior being escorted by his mother Dina, father Steve, grandparents Hines and Dora, his Aunt Dorian and Uncle Dave, is senior right tackle and defensive end, number 64, Steve Simonetti. And our next senior being escorted by his mother Josephine, his father Richard, and sister Elizabeth, is senior outside linebacker defensive end, number 87, Richie Colonna. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to introduce to you the captains. Our first captain, escorted by his mother Tracy, father Dean, and sister Brianna. He's number 5. He's the captain. He's a running back and linebacker. He's Jake DeLucia. Our next senior captain, being escorted by his mother Mary, father Dan, brother Danny, and sister Katie, is the captain. He's a senior. He's the quarterback. And a safety. He's number 12. He's Tommy Moran. And our next senior captain, being escorted by his mother Gina, his father Rick, brother Frank, and sister Bella, is the captain. He's a center. He's number 59. He's Ricky Ruggiero. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a great big round of applause for our varsity cheerleaders and varsity football players from our graduating class of 2020. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, your Wayne Valley Indians. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome this evening's guest. The Braves of
Ladies and
Indian Hills
gentlemen,
High School.
tonight we have a good one. The Wayne Valley Indians against the Indian Hills Braves. I'm joined tonight with my co-announcer, Matt Crafting.
Good to be with you, Will.
So, the Indians are 3-1, and the Braves are 0-4 coming into this game, so should be pretty interesting. The Indians expected to win here. We'll see how it goes.
Little cold here tonight. Not as nice weather as we would have liked to have seen, but at least the skies are clear. We've had a couple rain the past couple days, and that always makes it harder to play, but the skies are clear. Looks like it will be a good game. As far as the pregame goes for tonight, the story for this Wayne Valley team has been their defense. They've given up just 26 points so far throughout the first 4 games. That's less than a touchdown a game, and they have been doing a great job so far for the team. They're coming off a 28-7 win against Passaic Valley in their last performance on the road, and they will look to build on that here tonight. Tommy Moran has looked good early on. He's got 5 touchdowns on the season to only 2 interceptions, which is a pretty good rate. And he has just over a 600 completion rate, which is also very good. However, for the Indians, the story this year has definitely been their great run game, as they are averaging 38.5 rushing attempts per game. So they have got to get that going early if they want to have a chance here tonight. It's also senior night, which means we'll definitely be seeing more of our seniors. And we're going to see who can step up for the Indians on both sides on senior night, who's going to make an impact. As far as the Indian Hills, the season has not been so kind for them, as they are 0-4 coming into the night. Their starting quarterback, Alner, has 3 touchdowns to 6 interceptions on Fazio involved, as he does both. We're going to have the national anthem here. We'll be back.
Welcome to Wayne Valley High School, the home of the Indians. This evening's matchup features the Braves of Indian Hills High School and your Wayne Valley Indians. Would everyone please stand? Please remove your hats. At this time, please join the playing of our national anthem by our multi-time award-winning Wayne Valley Indian Marching Band, being assisted this evening by special guests from George Washington and Anthony Wayne Middle School.
As I was saying before the anthem, they've got to get their star player Fazio involved, as he is a key to this Indian Hills offense. Their last game, they lost 8-34. It was not a good performance. However, they did have their first 2 games were decided by scores under 7 points. So for them, they've got to try and keep this thing close. Got to try and get points up early.
Yeah, it's going to be a challenge for Indian Hills tonight, but they might be able to pull it off. Also, important to note going into this game, last week in the Passaic Valley game, senior quarterback Tommy Moran for the Indians was injured with a sprained ankle. He will still be starting tonight, but we'll see how that plays out if he comes out early.
Coming out on the field tonight for the
Yeah, we talked to Tommy
Indian
Moran
Hills
before.
Braves
He said
are the
he's not worried
captains.
about the
Number
2 points,
16,
so
Adrian
it should be a
Schumas.
good game for him.
Yes,
Good to see that
Number
he has a sense of
14,
humor.
Jeremy Rogato. Number 4, Nate Exel. And number 34, Christian Morello. On the field tonight for the Wayne Valley Indians are the captains. Number 5, Jake DeLucia. Number 59, Ricky Ruggiero. Number 12, Tommy Moran. And number 64, Steve Simonetti.
Pre-game, we also talked to Coach Roger Cutlars for the Indians, and he said that the team was just focused on improving their things. He saw some things in the Passaic Valley game as well as the other previous games, and they want to work on themselves. So they're coming into this game ready to beat Indian Hills, but they know what they need to do, and they've worked on it, and they feel good coming in. We'll have to see how that plays out tonight here, Will.
Yes, of course. You know, they want to solve their internal issues first, but hopefully this should be a good way to do that against Indian Hills, who is not as skilled as them. But you never know what could happen, so we'll see how it plays out. Sure. And the Indians will be receiving the starting kickoff tonight.
We see on the sideline, Will, as junior quarterback DJ Pojic and senior quarterback Tommy Moran are warming up together. Last time, in their last game against Nutley, Valley drove down on the first drive and was able to score. They'll be looking to do the exact same thing here against the Braves.
Yes, and they have had some very strong kickoff returns here. Good blocking by the rest of their team and good running by the receivers.
Junior John Testa and senior Chase Hemming are back deep for the Indians to receive the kick. Testa's had some big kick returns this year. We'll have to see what he can do. Number 20 will be kicking off for the Braves.
And the kick. Looks like Chase Hemming will receive. He's running. He's at the 20.
Got some nice blocks. Got a little bit of a hole there.
Pretty far. Gets to about the 37 there. That's going to be Wayne Valley's ball with good field position off the kickoff. Good field position always helps, Will. We'll have to see if Valley can take advantage of it here. Yes, they need to capitalize on this opportunity. Get the run game going strong with Testa, hopefully.
Testa has been a bell cow this year for them, Will. Be sure that they're going to want to get him going early.
Yes. They support him a lot, and they know he's their great running back. So
they love this bunch set, Valley. 3 wide receivers out to the right and 1 to the left.
Snap, Tommy Moran. Hands it off. He's running. Gets to about the 48 there. That was Testa there on the run.
Great job there by Testa to keep sliding through those tackles. He just does a great job with that.
He's brought down by number 72, Amir Shigagi. 8-yard gain in the play. 2nd and 2 for the Indians on their own 46-yard line.
All right, so we have Testa back for the Indians. Tommy tosses the ball to him. He's running on the outside. Cuts up the middle. Gets to about the 50-yard line. And that's an Indians first down.
Great job there. And Eli Lugo in the backfield. Wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, that brings it to about 2nd and 4. Once again, good positioning by the Indians. Lugo in the backfield. Tommy tosses it off to him. Oh, and he throws it
it's a fake, and they have DeLucia wide open. Touchdown there. What a call by the Indians, just as they drew it up.
Yeah.
I have not seen Eli Lugo throw the ball yet this year, but clearly he's got a nice little cannon there.
Yeah, that was a great throw there. Perfect throw to DeLucia. Wide open in the end zone. The Indians were not expecting that at all. And that's going to be the Indians' first touchdown, making it 6-0 Indians.
You know what helps set up that play, Will, is great blocking. Eli Lugo was able to take his time. You see plays like that all the time where the defense snuffs it out and he has no time to do it, but the Indians did a great job there. They got that big senior line with Ruggiero and Tortora and Botero up front. Great job there blocking for them.
Looks like the extra point was blocked by the Braves there, and that will leave it 6-0. No extra point for the Indians.
We'll have to see if that comes back to bite them, Will.
Yeah, that could be a big deal for the game if it becomes 7-6 or anything for the Braves.
You got to admit, though, this is exactly what the coach wanted to see out of the Indians. They go downfield, they establish Testa early, he gets it, they go with a little trickery in the red zone, end up getting the touchdown, exactly what he wanted to see. If this Indians defense, which has been big all year, can get a stop for them, that momentum will just completely be shifted in our favor.
Yes. Now remember, the Indians are 3-1, and their defense is their strongest point of the team, so they should have no problem stopping the Braves here. But, you know, as the Indians just showed, there are trick plays where you never know what could happen.
That was a great call there. They must have been working on that in practice. Definitely studied the film and saw that that would work.
Yeah, we haven't seen that before, but that was great execution.
The
Perfect
Braves just
touchdown.
looked lost on that play as they tried to. I mean, Jake DeLucia ended up wide open in the end zone.
Yes.
What can you say?
Yeah. That's great. Indians kick off here.
Joseph Fonseca will kick for them.
Sorry. Oh, and the Braves go to receive it. He drops it. Indians charging him.
Oh, and he ends
Oh,
up.
and he breaks the tackle going up to about the 30-yard line, and he finally gets tackled by the Indians. It's crazy. He dropped the ball there. Indians tried to take the opportunity, but it looks like they whiffed, and the Braves were able to slip by and get a few extra yards.
You know, Will, I'm just going to applaud the Braves right there. It looked like he definitely muffed the kick right there. It looked like the Indians were going to stop him for a big loss. He ends up breaking out of it and breaking a couple.
Here, the play by the Indians. Run right up the middle, stopped with about 1 yard by the Indians. I've said the Braves, or the Indians instead of the Braves a few times here. I don't know why I'm getting them confused. Looks like there is an injury on the play. That is number 51, is that?
53.
53. John Gellin is down on the play.
For the Braves, they're starting senior backup Christian Murillo. He's only 5'9" back there. It'll be interesting to see if he's going to be able to see over the line. As we know, quarterbacks are usually tall. They have to throw over those big linemen. Injury timeout here. We'll be right back. This is not good for the Braves as that player is barely moving and it looks like he's in some serious pain right now. We'll await you as we get more news.
Now, there is a police officer on the field radioing into the ambulance on the sideline. Looks like they're going to bring the stretcher out. This is pretty serious.
Yeah, this does not look good for the Braves, who have been bit by the injury bug all year. This looks like quite the serious injury, as the stretcher is out and they are putting him on a board. They do not want him to move any part of his body, his back or his leg, for fear of doing further damage.
Yes, this is number 53. Remember John Gellin. He is definitely out of the game here. Something serious. We're not sure quite what. Could be with his leg, but they got to take him out of the game.
He's a junior, number 53, and this just does not look good for them, and we wish him a speedy recovery. Both teams are on the sideline trying to stay loose here, as this just does not look good. We wish Jelen a very speedy recovery.
Right hand for number 53, John Jelen. It'll be 2nd and 8 for the Braves on their own 31-yard line.
Now, the Braves this year have had a quite unpleasant history of injuries. They are starting their third-string quarterback tonight, I believe. The other two have gotten hurt. Just their games have not been great. A lot of injuries, a lot of scoring against them. They've had a rough season so far.
Valley's showing blitz here.
It's like
Number 30.
It'll be 3rd and 10 for the Braves on their own 29-yard line.
Third and 9 coming up here for the Braves. They've just not been able to get anything going on this first drive right here. If you're them right now, you've got to just be thinking, let's just try and get the ball any bit out of our own territory.
yeah, they need some positive yardage here. It's still 3rd and long.
They're going to come out with 4 wide right here, 1 in the backfield. Interesting that one of the receivers on the near side is not being covered directly by a cornerback. Valley is showing blitz. We'll have to see. They have send a man in motion. It's going to be an end around. And that is just going to get met in the backfield. Great job there by the Indians. Number 62, Lopez, with the tackle there. And it's going to be a 4th down coming up here.
Carried by number 8, Kenny Fasio. He's brought down from behind by number 62, Justin Lopez. That'll bring up a 4th down for the Braves. Back to see the punt for the Indians is number 13, Chase Henry. On the punt for the Braves, number 44, Jack Shaw.
And the punt is off here for the Braves. It does not look like a very good punt. Hemming's going to have to try and field it off the bounce. And he's just going to let it roll. That's going to be recovered at about the 25-yard line. The Indians will start.
We will see the Indians offense coming in here. I remember Tommy Moran, big shoes to fill this year, replacing senior quarterback Ryan Money Michaels from last year. Now, Ryan was a star quarterback for the Indians. Tommy taking some advice from him on the passes and seeing how he could do.
I remember watching Money Michaels all of last year, and that man could just hit a spot like no one can. 30 yards down the field on a post route, he could just hit the guy in stride.
It was good. It's good.
Tommy definitely took some advice from him, and we'll be willing to see here what he can do. Valley will take over on their own 26-yard line, and they come out with 3 wide, DeLucia in the tight end spot, and Testa in the backfield, Moran in the shotgun. The Braves have 4 defensive linemen. It's going to be a handoff to Testa, who goes right up the middle, and he's gone.
Oh, wow.
John Testa found the hole, hit it hard, and that's just another beautiful run to add onto the highlight reel for number 22, Testa. This man is just not human, Will.
Wow.
What do you have to say about that?
74-yard rushing touchdown. That was crazy for John Testa. What a play. Found the hole. It looked like he was going to get stopped real short with about 1 yard, but somehow he got through that Braves line. Just ran off, took off, found the end zone. Beautiful play.
We can't give all the credit to Testa, though. We do have to say that was a great job there by the line. But Testa just hit the hole, and he hit it hard.
Yeah.
And he's just gone. Will, sometimes I think that man is not human. He's got to be part robot or something.
Yeah,
That's just a beautiful run.
He is something else. That was wonderful play.
Exactly what the coach could have wanted. 1 rush there for 74 yards. Gay to kick the extra point, and it is through the uprights. And the Wayne Valley Indians take a 0 lead over the Braves. If you're the Braves, that's got to be demoralizing. The Indians, you finally give the Indians the ball with not great field territory. They just go down and just absolutely drive and score on you.
First down, instant touchdown. That's rough for the Braves. They've already had an injury. They're down 13 points with 7 minutes and 34 seconds to go in the first half. This is not looking good for them. They're going to really have to step up their game if they want to try to take this back.
Yeah, well, it's going to require something here. They're going to have to show us something. I mean, that first drive was a 3-and-out. They gained 2 yards on that. They are going to have to try and get something here. Maybe a big kickoff return, or they need some kind of spark here.
Yeah, something big. Switch the momentum over into their hands and see what they could do with it.
Fonseca is going to kick from the left hash this time. Be interesting to see what he's going to do there. The Braves have 2 men back here. They're going to need some kind of big kickoff return to give them something here. This is right when you need your seniors to step up. It's senior night here, Will. You need a senior to step up and make a big play here to give the Braves some kind of a spark.
Yeah, for sure.
Fonseca kicks it. It's going to be a short kick to the 20-yard line, fielded off the bounce. 16 cutting up to the left side, and he's got a little bit of room to work. Hemming chasing him down the sideline, and that's a big return there for the Braves.
That might have been that big return they needed that you were talking about, Matt. We'll see where this takes them. They have pretty good field position here on about the 45 drive. Let's see how they do.
Yeah, for the Indians, it's not what you like to see, but they did force a 3 and out. The Braves didn't look very good on that first drive. They're just going to look to do more of the same here. And we've talked about it before, but that big defensive front for the Indians, including senior number 62, Justin Lopez, senior number 54, Jordan Botero, and senior number 59, Rick Ruggiero. That's scary, Will, when you're facing that kind of line.
Yeah, the Braves, sorry, I keep doing that. The Braves are going to have to find some way around the Indians' defense here because they are stopping them in their tracks. So they're going to have to find some creative new way.
We saw the Indians go with some
this.
trickery. Let's see if the Braves will do it here as they start with a 5-wide set. The Indians do not have that many defensive backs out on the field, so it'll be interesting to see how they play this year. Indians are showing pressure the whole time with only 3 people down on the line. Takes a snap. It's just going to be a QB draw here, and he's just going to get met in the backfield with a hard hit there
He got
by
clobbered.
senior number 5, Jake DeLucia. What a tackle there. And that play is just going to go for 1 yard, and we're going to have a 2nd and 9 coming up.
Yeah, he got tackled almost instantly in the backfield. Not a good start for this drive for the Braves.
Will, you know it's a big hit when we can hear it from up here in the booth, and I heard that one.
Yeah, that was hard. DeLucia came in like a truck, just took him down instantly.
Just under 7 minutes here in the first quarter, and those QB draws have not worked so far. Well, they've ran 2. They've picked up 1 yard.
Yeah, they've done it a couple times. I don't know why they did it again, but
They seem to love this formation with 3 wideouts, 2 men in the backfield, quarterback in the shotgun. We'll have to see. They should look to pass here. It's a 2nd and long. They do look to pat. Oh, no, it's going to be another QB draw, and Rick Ruggiero said no. He tried to spin out of that tackle. Jordan Botero came in late there, too, and both of them just said that that was not going to happen. And it's going to be another 3rd and long coming up here for the Braves. We'll have to see what they do.
yeah, if the Indians Murillo took any more time looking for that pass, he knew there were going to be Indians on him coming from every angle, so he made the decision to try to run that. But Ruggiero was just right on him. He saw it coming, and that was the end of the play.
Murillo runs over to the sideline to his head coach, who does not look happy after that play. Maybe some kind of miscommunication, but it does not look like he got what he wanted. It's going to be a 3rd and long here. If you're the Indians, you got to expect pass right now. Braves have not shown it that much yet, but I don't think they can run it from here.
Braves are going to need something huge here.
On the near side, they have one-on-one coverage, but the quarterback's actually going to roll out to the left, and he looks like he's going to run. And that just goes nowhere. Great job there by Justin Lopez and John Test on the carry. That's going to be a 4th down and 12. They actually went backwards on that drive, Will.
Yeah, now the quarterback Murillo has had some great amount of runs this game so far. Now it is important to note that he is listed as a running back because he is not in like the running for quarterback position. So he is being put in. He is normally running back. So that's where the runs are coming from, I guess.
The Braves squander that great field position, and they are forced to punt here. If you're the Indians, exactly what you wanted to say. Oh, and that punt is almost blocked, and it goes nowhere. That punt went only about 20 yards in the air. He gets a friendly bounce at the end. But that punt just did not look good, and if we see more of the same here, this looks like it might be over before it got started for the Braves. What do you have to say about that, Will?
Yeah, the Indians are just covering them in every aspect of this game. The Braves have nothing positive in their game. The Indians already have 2 touchdowns, and the tone of this game is really set right now. So there's going to have to be some huge momentum shift here.
On 2 drives, Will, the Braves have ran 6 plays and have gained -1 yard.
Yeah, it is not looking good for them right now. They got to change up their game plan, figure something out.
And if you're the Indians, just keep doing more of the same. Let Testa work. Let that man eat. Lugo in the backfield now, and he's going to take the handoff from Moran. Run out wide, and he's going to stiff arm a man at the end. He'll gain about 6 yards on that play, and it'll be a 2nd and 4 coming up here for the Indians.
He's on out of bounds by number 4, Nate Axel. 6-yard gain on the play. 2nd and 4 for the Indians on their own 29-yard line.
Here we go. The Indians have 3 wideouts. Lugo in the backfield, and DeLucia Lugo takes the handoff from Tommy Moran. He runs out wide, and he just beats the Braves defenders. That's going to be an easy first down there for the Indians. It'll be about a 7-yard run there. And the Indians are just moving with ease right now, Will.
Yeah, 2 good runs by Lugo there. That'll bring it to a first down.
It's hard when you have the power of John Testa combined with the speed and agility of Eli Lugo. Eli Lugo is a great athlete for Wayne Valley as he plays football. He also does wrestling, and he's just an overall beast. What do you have to say?
Yeah, he's a good running back. Testa definitely, I don't know where I'm
Play
going with
action
this.
there.
Yeah, thank you.
Moran is just, Moran is met in the backfield. That play was blown up right there.
Huge sack in the backfield.
By the
That's going to be a
Braves.
loss of about 15 yards, it looks like. Big for the
I think it was
Indians.
74. I think. I'm not 100%
Big for
sure.
the Braves, pardon me. I keep doing that.
You know, that was a one-on-one right there, and you were expecting Moran to break that tackle, but he actually was able to get in there. We were talking about sparks, Will. That could have been the spark that the Braves needed, as this is going to set up a 2nd and long here for the Indians.
Yeah, that's something. Get the morale boosted for the
The
Braves.
Indians have 4 wideouts here and Lugo in the backfield. It's going to be a 3-man rush for the Braves. Tommy Moran looking deep. He's going to throw it. Mo Gega. Oh, just incomplete.
Yeah, he reached far for that one. I don't know if he was just covered really well or if the pass was a little overthrown, leading too far. Just incomplete. Could have been an amazing play. That'll bring it to 3rd and a long for the
Moran was
Indians.
able to do that because that Indians line is just giving him so much time. The Braves don't seem to be able to get any pressure right here, and that allows him to look down the field, look vertical, and try and go for the big splash play. It also helps when you're up 13-0. You can take chances like that on the 2nd and long. Well,
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
we'll have to see what the Indians draw up here as it is 3rd and long. They might just want to run it and punt it away, or they might go for the splash. We'll see. They have someone in the slot who is not covered right now. It's one-on-one on the near side. It looks like Hemming beat his man. Moran ends up trying to throw to Antipama, number 15 senior. That is incomplete, and that is going to bring up a 4th and 22 here as the Indians face their first 3-and-out.
Yeah, definitely going to be a punt here for the Indians. Hopefully a good one, making the bad field position for the Braves.
And if you're the Braves right now, this is exactly what you drew up. The Indians look good right there. The Braves ended up getting a big sack, forcing a couple of incompletions. This is exactly what they need right now. If they can get any kind of a punt right here, they'll be on Indians' side for the first time all day, and we'll see what they can do with it.
Yeah, they need that kind of
Mo Gega punts it for the Indians. It is received. That is going to be a fair catch, and the Braves are going to start at their own 48-yard line. We'll be right back.
82 loss on a fair catch. And the Braves will start first at 10 on their own 48-yard line.
The Braves will start on their own 48-yard line. They have not been on the Indian side of the field yet. Their first 2 drives only went for -1 yard, and they're going to have to try and do something here. The defense stepped up, got the stop. With a score being 13-0 as it is, they need to get something here. Even a field goal helps to make it a 10-point game. The snap is muffed there by number 34. 87, Richie Colonna for the Indians comes and hits the quarterback, and it looks like Valley might have it. They're pointing that way. And the refs do signal that Valley recovers the fumble. Great job there by the Indians defense just to snuff that out. And, you know, a good job there by Richie Colonna. It's not going to go in the stat sheet, but he hit that quarterback and made sure that the Indians were able to recover it. If you're the Braves,
the Braves had their one chance there on first down. The snap was high. They messed it up, and Indians got the ball, so they have great positioning here, looking for that 3rd touchdown already in the first quarter.
if you're the Braves, that's just not what you needed right there. You finally got an opportunity. You finally got your chance, and they just messed it up. Lugo in the backfield here. The Indians in that famous 3-bunch set that they love to run. Oh, Tommy Moran slips a little bit, but it is a play action. It looks like he has Hemming deep. He's going to go towards Hemming. And that ball is broken up by number 14 for the Braves. Nice job there by the senior Delgado for the Braves.
That was some
It
great
looked like
coverage.
It looked like Hemming might have had Hemming beat It looked like Hemming might have had Delgado beat, but Delgado was able to come back at the end there. And it'll be a 2nd and 10 coming up here for the Indians, as Joseph Fonseca will check out for them. Don't be surprised to see a run here, as they've gone with a couple play actions. The Braves have bid on him, and I wouldn't be surprised if I saw a run. What do you think, Will?
Yeah, the Indians have gone for a few long passes here, and the Braves have really just taken that opportunity to mess them up. The
Jake
running game is
DeLucia
really
in the
what they need.
backfield. He's the fullback. They are going to hand it off to him, and he's powerful. He just runs with some power right there, as that is going to be. That is going to be a first down, they signal, and that's going to move the chains here.
All the way up to the 25-yard line. Great run up the middle by DeLucia there. Beautiful play for the Indians.
Valley is close to their own red zone. They are 1 for 1 in there so far. Their other touchdown came on a big run by John Testa.
Huge run.
74-yard run, found the hole up the middle. Great job there.
Yeah.
The Indians go with 3 wide, DeLucia in the backfield, along with Lugo and Moran in the shotgun. Moran takes a snap. He's going to hand it off to Lugo. Great job by the offensive line there for the Indians. And Lugo breaks it out wide. He's going to run towards the corner of the end zone. No signal yet. That was close. We have a touchdown.
Wayne Valley
The
touchdown. Their
third
of the
touchdown for the
game.
Wayne Valley Indians.
Now Lugo there on that run broke about 3 tackles, making it into the end zone. Wonderful run by him, bringing it to the Indians' 3rd touchdown of the game. They are dominating the Braves here.
He used his patented style of breaking it upfield and then running out wide, and he just beat the Braves defenders with pure speed there, Will.
Yeah.
Great job also by the Valley line, as I saw 2 pancake blocks. For those of you at home that don't know what that means, that's when an offensive lineman puts the defensive lineman on the ground. They set that up, and Lugo finished it. Mo Gega to kick the extra point. He's 1 for 2 on those tonight, and he misses out wide, and he is now going to be 1 for 3. This is going to be something that the Indians are going to have to monitor, as if this game was closer, those extra points could come down to it.
That could be a big deal depending on the opponent, so that's something they have to look for in the future. Make sure that kicking game is all right, because those few points can really matter.
People don't value kickers enough, but last night in the Rams and Seahawks game, the Rams kicker ended up missing a 42-yard field goal to lose the game, and the Seahawks won by 1 point. So you got to think, Will, that did come back to bite them.
Yeah.
It'll be something for the coach to have to monitor. Mo Gega has been pretty good on the season. This has not been a problem for him, but it'll be something that Coach Roger Cutlars will have to take and monitor, make sure that Gega is good.
Yeah, for sure. You need a strong kicking game here.
Fonseca. Joe Fonseca, number 34, will kick it off here for the Indians, as it seems he's been doing that all night instead of Gega, who normally does. It's going to be a little bit of a squib kick. Fielded off the bounce by number 8, and he breaks the tackle, steps up, and number 8 has found some running room. We've seen these special teams for the Braves has looked pretty good. The defense may not be, but the special team seems to have been coached well, as they've broken a couple of plays out there, Will.
Yeah, that was Kenny Fazio. Beautiful run. Broke a few tackles there. Made some big yardage gains on that play, putting the Braves in great field position after that kickoff.
And Fazio is this Braves team, as he's made an impact in the running game, in the passing game. If they want a chance here, they're going to need to get him going, and they're going to need to get him going now, Will.
Yeah, they need something huge right now. This game is really not looking good for them.
For Valley, exactly what the doctor drew up, as they already have 3 touchdowns here in the first quarter. We have just about 2 minutes left to play. It looks like Fazio's is lining up at quarterback. Looks like we have a change at quarterback, as Kenny Fazio, number 8, is lining up at that spot. Don't be surprised if we see some kind of QB draw or option play here, as he loves to run the ball. And that is going to be another muffed snap, and Fazio just goes nowhere. He gets met in the backfield. And the Braves, this is just, you can't be muffing the snaps, Will.
Yeah, they need to be on their game right now if they want to bring this back, and things like that would just be killing them. So I know he tried to make that work, but it just did not go.
Down 19-0, they got to figure that out. Jake DeLucia will check out here for the Indians. Give him a nice breather. If you're the Braves, you need some kind of spark play here, Will. Maybe some kind of fake, some kind of play action, some kind of option. They need a big splash play right here. If I was them, it looks like Valley's been bringing pressure this game. If they can just get some kind of protection for their quarterback, they might be able to make a pass deep, as they have this formation that they love to run with 2 running backs in the back and 3 wideouts. The slot receiver is open, though, so we'll have to see if they throw it to him. It's going to be another run, and Fazio's going to spin off some tackles, but he just has nowhere to go. His offensive line simply could not buy him time, and that is the problem why we seem to see all these Braves getting hurt. What would you say about that, Will?
Yeah, I mean, the Braves here, they try so much, but the defense just keeps stopping them. And this is every game they've had this year. They get stopped so quick, getting hit so hard, and that just does not help. Getting so many injuries this year, which means they don't have their star players out in the starting lineup. So that definitely hurts them.
Interesting to see Fazio at the quarterback. So far, he's only run twice. With a 3rd and 14 coming up here, it looks like he's going to have to pass. Wonder what kind of arm he has, Will.
Yeah, I'm not sure. You know, he's not much of a quarterback, but we'll see where he goes with this. I don't know if they're going to be passing with him. Might be a fake or something. We'll see where it goes.
Number 34, the old quarterback, is lining up in the backfield as a running back, and they have 4 wide receivers out. Valley has a ton of defensive backs. They are only going to rush 4 here. Fazio just has no time. He's got to throw it up. And that one's going to be picked off by senior number 15, Anthony DePalma. He has blockers out in front, and it looks like that's going to the house, and it is. That is a pick 6 there. Wow. Great job. Exactly what they needed. For Fazio, you can't blame him, though. He had no time.
Yeah, Fazio had throw time. Indians rushed and blitzed him immediately. He had to get rid of that ball so quickly. Meant it was just not an accurate throw, and DePalma saw that ball, knew he could make a big play out of it, caught it, and got a touchdown.
Did he not score?
Looks like there is a flag on the field here, probably after the play.
The touchdown stands. Penalties against the Indians is the personal foul penalty.
Personal foul against the Indians here, meaning they will have to kick from further back. Touchdown is still good, making it 25-0 Indians.
There is zeros on the time, so this will be the end of the first quarter after this kick.
Is number 9, DJ McCoy. And out there, the voice number 11, Bodega.
Well, Will, that's just tough for the Braves right there, but Fazio, he has no time, and the Braves have just got to work on that offensive line. They've had their center muff a couple of snaps. They've been high, they've been low, and the line is giving him no time. He had no choice there. And for the Indians, that's just easy. That's what you work on in practice all week, is just catching those easy little passes, jumping the route. Great job there by senior Anthony DePalma, and he runs it back for 6. Mo Gega on to kick the extra point. He's 1 for 3 on the night, and the Indians would love to see him make this one. Snap is good, hold is good, and that is going to be blocked, and Gega is 1 for 4.
That is the second blocked extra point attempt of the game. The Braves are doing a great job on special teams, but when they're on offense, the Indians just see that weak offensive line on the Braves, and they just rush it. They take that opportunity and just take the quarterback down every play. They need to act quick.
That is going to be the end of the first quarter here at Wayne Valley Stadium, as the Indians have a 25-0 lead. What did you see there in that first quarter, Will?
I just saw complete domination by the Indians, you know. I mean, the Braves have tried so many different things. They've switched the quarterbacks. You know, they've tried passes, they've tried runs, and nothing's working. The Indians just keep seeing these opportunities, and they are taking them down and even getting touchdowns after they do that.
And it's not just on offense, too, Will. It's on defense, too, as Valley has had 3 offensive touchdowns to go along with a defensive touchdown for DePalma, the senior. This just looks like this one has been over from the start. I mean,
yeah,
the Braves
I
are not
so.
playing clean football. Their offensive line can't get them any time. If you're the Braves right here on special teams, you got to go for something. They got to try and return this, maybe a couple lateral plays or something, because that has been the only bright spot so far. This is the only chance that they'll get to get their star senior Fazio the ball in space, and you just got to try and get some kind of blockers for him.
Definitely.
Because their offense has not done it, as they have only picked up 3 total yards so far.
Not a good stat.
-3 total yards.
-3.
Fonseca to kick for the Indians. Fazio back. And that kick is a good kick, as that goes over Fazio's head, and he gets the bounce. That ball's going to go almost to the goal line. That's inside the 5. Fazio's going to return it out. And he gets a couple blocks, but will be down inside the 20-yard line. Great job there by Fonseca, as he kicked it past Fazio, and he got the friendly bounce. Exactly what you needed to do there if you're the Indians. If you're the Braves right now, you got to try and do something, because it is just It is 25-0. It is not looking good.
Yeah. Fazio did not look like he was expecting that kick to go as far as it did, which meant it took him a little more time to get the ball, which meant the Indians were just right there on him, so he couldn't get many yards out of that.
And Will, being up 25, don't be surprised if we see Tommy Moran come out, especially with that sprained ankle that he's been dealing with.
Yeah.
We see Fazio at quarterback again for the Braves, and he was not able to get anything going. I don't know what to have him try. I would say you got to go for some passes down by this much, but the offensive line can't even buy him that time. Seems like the best thing here would maybe try and get the pocket mobile, something, get him out wide, as they have 5 receivers out wide, so this should be a pass unless it's some kind of end around or QB draw. Fazio takes it. It is going to be a QB draw. They try and go out to the right, and he just has no space to work with. Great job right there by the Indians. They snuffed it out early. Nice tackle by 11, Mo Gega.
The Braves have tried so many times with the quarterback running, and Wayne Valley just seems to always be there no matter where they go with that. So I don't think that's working for them, but they keep doing it, hoping they're going to break through the Indians' defensive line, but it's just not panning out for them.
They got to try and pass here, Will. I mean, the running is not working there.
Yeah.
They're going nowhere with it. Valley's snuffing it out. I mean, that 3-yard run was their biggest of the day so far, which is disappointing to say the least. It's not working for them. I mean, you're not going to get back in this game running the football. They've got to try and buy their quarterback some kind of time, get some receivers downfield. Valley's playing one-on-one coverage out there with Hemming, and on the left side, Robert Schneider. He is a great corner, but if you try and burn him deep, if the quarterback can just have some time to get it there. And that is another bad snap there for the Braves. Fazio's got no choice. He's just going to have to fall on the football.
Yeah, that was the third bad snap of the game for the Braves, and Fazio's taken down at their own 4-yard line. Not looking good for the Braves here. That was an awful play.
And they've got to be careful, Will. They've had a ton of injuries, and with Fazio taking all these hits, you don't want to see him go down, because if he goes down, I don't know what the answer is here.
Putting him at quarterback with this offensive line is rough because he's getting sacked so many times, and that is not good because he is their star player, and they cannot afford to lose him to an injury right now.
And this is just sad football to watch, Will. I mean, these are basic fundamentals that you think you learn coming up in the ranks, but to have your center miss 3 snaps, 2 of them going right over the head of the quarterback, setting up this 3rd and 24 here for the Braves. I mean, what can they do? They're backed up on their own end zone.
There's not much opportunities for them. They've lost yards on almost every play. I wouldn't be surprised to see a safety here.
That is going to be a run there for the Braves. He's going to get decent amount of yardage, but that's still going to be a 4th and long coming up here for them, as it's not look good.
It was a good running play, but they're still back. However many yards, 15, 17 looking like, so still, Braves not in a good situation here.
Chase Hemming is going to set up to receive the punt at the Braves' 45-yard line. So regardless, even on this return, they're going to start with great field position here for the Indians. Exactly what they needed. The defense has been playing great. And if you're this punter, you've got to try and do something. The pressure was there for the Indians. They almost blocked that punt. Hemming's going to receive it at his own 40-yard line, and he's going to be taken down. Good tackle on the play by number 14 for the Braves. However, he's so far backed up, Valley's going to start with great field position.
Not the best punt. Takes the Indians to the Braves' 30-yard line. And, I mean, with the way this game's been going so far, I am expecting to see another Indians touchdown here. So we'll see what they do to do that. And if the Braves can stop them, which it's not looking like they can do this game.
And that is going to be it for Tommy Moran, as John Alexander is going to come into the game at quarterback. Not surprising to see with the Indians up so much and it being senior night. We've seen limited doses of Alexander. He hasn't looked bad, though, so far. We'll have to see what he does here, as he has a golden opportunity starting at the Braves' 32-yard line.
This is definitely a great chance for Alexander to show his skills and just see how he leads this team.
Looks like they're going to change the ball from the left hash to the right hash. Not too sure why they did that, but we'll have to see. What have you seen out of Alexander in practice throughout the weeks, Will?
Well, I mean, he's looking all right. You know, I was talking to Tommy Moran the other day, and he told me that DJ Pokaj is the actual backup for the Indians, but John will be coming in tonight because it was senior night. And, you know, we'll see. It could be the right decision for Kotlars to make here, obviously, because it's senior night. But
And as we were talking, Will, we seem to have missed a 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct for the Braves. And if this is not the definition
That
of
is-
shooting yourself in the foot, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know what is.
that is bad for them.
As Valley is going to start this drive in the red zone. They're 2 for 2 there so far. They've looked unstoppable as of yet. And it looks like we had some kind of penalty before the play as the flag was thrown.
Stoppage.
Looks like it'll be against the Indians. We'll wait to see. And regardless of even if this penalty, even if it's 5 yards, 10 yards, the Valley just has such a good field
they
position.
still have a great spot here. And with the plays they've been making this game, that really shouldn't affect their game that much.
Hopefully we'll get to see John Alexander throw a little bit, but I mean, I'm assuming if you're Valley, you're just going to try and keep the ball on the ground. It's worked so far.
Yep.
The Braves have had no answer for it.
Yeah, keep that running game going with Testa and Lugo. They are destroying the Braves here. I think the Indians want to keep that up. Kotlars is going to keep making those decisions with the running plays. And that's really what the Indians are just going to keep doing because it's working. So
Interesting to see here, Will, as number 24 has checked in for the Indians. That's senior running back Jerry Stylianesis, and he's in the game. He had a touchdown 2 weeks ago against Nutley. It'll be interesting
he
to
did.
see how he does. We have a little bit of confusion here on the field. Not too sure what's going on as the refs are talking with each other, trying to figure out where this ball should be spotted. We'll keep you updated as we figure it out.
It is an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. That is Hampton's distance to the goal.
That last penalty turned out to be on the Braves, and this is just not fair, Will. This ball is starting at the 9-yard line for the Indians. They
Yeah.
looked unstoppable.
first down and 1 for the Indians at the Braves' 9-yard line.
Alexander takes a snap. He hands it to Jerry. Jerry barrels over one guy. He's going to be down at the 2-yard line. It'll be a second and goal coming up here for the Indians. And don't be surprised, Will, if they just run it right up the middle again with Jerry. I see Elijah Lugo in the huddle, Jerry Stylianesis and Jake DeLucia. All options for the Indians to just ground this ball, pound it right up the middle, and score their 5th touchdown on the day, 4th
They have
offensive.
so many options to score here.
Alexander takes a snap. He hands it to Jerry. And that was a good job there by the Braves as they met Jerry in the backfield. This is going to be 3rd down coming up here for the Indians.
3rd and
It'll be
5.
nice to see if Alexander can make a throw right here this close to the goal.
Yeah, throw right into the end zone, that'd be nice. The thing is, the Indians just have so many options of how to score. Their running game is so strong. They have great receivers. They can make so many plays here, and the Braves just don't know what's coming, and they can't cover all those things at the same time. So,
Will, interesting to note that number 87, Richie Colonna, has checked in. He is a tall tight end. I would not be surprised if they throw some kind of a fade to either him or number 15, Antipama, as they have been big down here for the Indians. Number 8, Aaron Neath, also checks in on the left side. We have a penalty marker. It's going to be a false start against the Indians, and that is going to push them back 5 yards for this 3rd down.
about 10 yards to the goal here. The Indians are putting in some subs.
Mo Gega is going to check in for Richie Colonna, as it looks like whatever play they had, they're going to scrap it now that they're starting 5 yards back.
Yeah.
If you're the Indians right now, you just got to, if you're Alexander, you just got to make sure you be careful with the ball. No reason to force anything right here. As a field goal will work, they're up right now.
Yeah,
4
definitely.
scores and a field goal just
4 scores.
would keep it happening. The Indians have 3 wideouts here. DeLucia in the back. It's going to be a QB draw here. Alexander's looking for some running room. He's going to get it up to about the 4-yard line, and it'll be 4th down coming up for the Indians.
Yeah, now we'll see if they go for a field goal here or go for the touchdown. Now,
You don't want to run up the score here, Will, but I wouldn't be surprised.
yeah. I mean, they don't really need the extra points from the touchdown. This game is already 25-0, so I'm expecting to see a field goal here for the Indians.
However, we might be wrong, Will. We'll have to wait and see.
I think I am wrong. They want those points.
It looks like the Indians are going to go for it. Not too sure why they're choosing to do this, but they have 2 men in the backfield, 3 receivers out wide. Alexander takes a snap. He's just going to throw a little fade to Aaron Neath. And that ball is caught for the touchdown. It was on the
Yeah.
far side. We could not see it. Little almost out route there, about a 5-yard out. Alexander put it where only Aaron Neath could catch it. That is Aaron Neath's first touchdown. He's a senior. Nice to see him getting involved
That
in
was
this
great.
game. With the
John
score so
Alexander, too,
lopsided.
with a touchdown pass for Alexander. Great play there. Alexander underneath. Touchdown for the Indians. That brings it to 31-0. Now let's see if Gega can make this field extra point, pardon me.
You might hit a band person. Snap is good. Gega kicks it right through the uprights. And Gega is 2 for 5 on the day for extra points. However, 2 of them have been blocked, so hard
Yeah.
to blame those on him. It's nice, though, Will, to hear some names that we don't hear so often. I mean, down near the goal line, we hear Stylianesis, we hear
Neath.
Alexander, and we hear Neath getting involved. Great to see that here on senior night, especially with the score being what it is.
Yeah.
32-0 with only 7 minutes left in the second.
Back see the kickoff for the Braves, number 8, Kenny Fazio. Goal number 16, Aiden Schumas. Taking off for the Indians is number 34, Joe Fonseca.
Fonseca to kick off here for the Indians. He's going to kick it towards Fazio, who's going to field it off the bounce. He's got a little bit of running room, really nowhere to go. They'll be inside their own 30 coming up on this drive. For the Indians, Will, everything's been going right, and for the Braves, everything has not. Hopefully, on that last series, the coaches was able to talk to the center and try and figure out his differences that he's had with the quarterback, as there's been 3 muff snaps, and when you're down 32-0, you can't be muffing the snap. You need all the breaks you can get.
Yeah. Now, Fazio being as tall as he is at 6'3", the center might be trying to account for that, and he's just going too high with it.
We will have to wait and see, as we have a couple new people checking in on defense for the Indians. Number 1, James Junn checks in. The 3 big defensive linemen are still there for the Indians, who look like they're showing blitz here, backing off. Colonna's coming in. I see number 30 coming in. They're not going to blitz. They're only going to go with a 4-man rush. And number 4 in the state in tackles, Will.
Yeah, Misha is having an incredible season on defense, making some great plays for the Indians this year. He has really been a wonderful player for them.
Junior Jack Freed checks in for the Indians. Botero comes out, as well as Robbie Chet will check in for Justin Lopez. So it looks like coach is going to give some of those junior defensive linemen their shot.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of the subs here. They're trying to show themselves for
And
the
Will, it
Indians.
makes sense because it both allows the coach to see what's happening and make sure that your starters don't get hurt in a game like this.
Yeah. Wouldn't be good for your starters to get hurt in this game when the Indians are up by so much.
The Indians have 3 linemen. They're going to be a 4-man rush. It's going to be a pitch to their former quarterback for the Braves, number 34, and that is met in the backfield. That's going to be a big loss there.
Yeah, 3rd and about 15 for the Braves. Once again, this drive, as with all of theirs, is not looking good.
And it just doesn't matter what the Indians do. They drop people back in coverage. They send a blitz. The Braves just can't seem to figure it out right now. Well, I don't know what they have to do, but they got to try and take a shot here. Down
Yeah.
32-0, 3rd and 15. You got to try and get out of your own end zone. Got to get some kind of positive yards, some kind of spark,
Yeah.
anything right here.
I mean, it just seems like every single play this game for both teams has gone in favor of the Indians.
Fonseca checks in for
The
Ruggiero.
Braves have not really had anything good in this game here, and that is not
That
good for
star
them.
3 defensive lineman is checked out for the Indians. Be interesting to see what these backups are able to do, as they do also have Richie Colonna, who's a big guy. It's going to be a fake pitch there for Fazio. Fazio's able to break a couple of tackles. Oh, good run there by Fazio. But there is a couple penalties late on the play. Might have been a late hit there on the Indians. That's what
Fazio looks like he made it to about the 35. Huge run for him, but we'll see what these penalties are and how that changes the drive here for the Braves.
Yeah, great job there by Fazio, as he was able to break 1 tackle, 2 tackles, 3 tackles on that last play.
That was a great rush for him.
He's a big guy, but he still can move like a small
Oh, yeah.
tailback.
Yes, he can. That's why he's so important in the Braves' game plan here. And if they could get him going, they might have some momentum here. Score a couple points.
There is a penalty against the Indians there. It is a personal foul, and that is going to be an automatic first down for the Braves.
15 north from the spot of the foul.
That should bring the ball up to the Indians' 48-yard line. Now the Braves have
And
a
it may have
great
taken-
opportunity here.
It may have taken a penalty, Will, but the Braves are finally on the Indian side of the ball.
Yes.
Let's see if they can do anything with this costly mistake. As the Braves are going to come out in this 5-wide set, so far they've only rushed out of this with Fazio. It will be interesting to see if they will decide to pass here, as Valley only has 3 defensive linemen. A lot of people dropping back in coverage. They're expecting pass, so it'll be interesting to see what Fazio does here. 34 motions back into the back, and there's another muff snap. Colonna is coming back there. Fazio just has to dive on it, and all those yards they just gained on the penalty, they just lost, as it'll be a 2nd and long
That
coming
brings
up
it
here.
all the way back to the 30 for the Braves. That every single yard they just got is gone.
Second down for the Braves. 34-yard line.
Well, we've talked about it all game. I guess we're going to have to talk about it again. This offensive line, this center is just not in sync with Fazio, as that is just another muff snap. You can't do that if you're the Braves. You finally get an
They
opportunity.
do not need this in this game right now, and it has happened way too many times.
5-wide set, number 34 motions back. It's going to be a fake handoff to him. Fazio is going to keep it. He's going to find some running room on the outside. Nice little run there by Fazio. There's going to still be a 3rd and long coming up here.
Yeah, now that was a good play for the Braves, but like the last good play they had, still leaves them with many yards to go. So whenever they do have these good plays, it seems that they're already far back from the first down line. So it just does not matter for them.
It is a 3rd and 22 that the Braves are forced with right here. I don't know what they can do. Look for Fazio to try and do something with his legs here, as he's been the only high point so far for this Braves offense. He has looked good, though, Will. He's been able to break some tackles.
Yeah, he's been pretty good. His line has not helped him, but himself individually has done really good for the Braves.
They're going with the 5-wide set. Don't be surprised to see 34 motion in the backfield, as there he is. And there's a flag on the play. It is going to be a false start on the Braves, and that's going to push him back another 5 yards.
Yeah,
This is now
these
going to be
penalties-
a 3rd and 27 coming up here.
There are so many factors for the Braves this game that are just really bad for them. The penalties, the snaps, their line, the Indians' defense is destroying them, and it is really not good.
The Braves right here, it looks like they're going to have to take some kind of a shot through the air. They've been trying to rush the ball mostly, but a 3rd and 27, if they want any shot, they're going to have to throw it through the air. Don't be surprised to see the Indians drop many guys back in coverage and only come with a 3-man rush right here.
The Braves have to take these sort of risks if they want to get any points out of this game.
3 down linemen, Stylianesis and Colonna fake the blitz. Drop back in coverage, it looks like. Fazio is just going to try and throw that ball on the run. It ends up going by the coach for the Wayne Valley Indians. This is going to be a 4th and long.
Now, it looked like finally on that play for the Braves, the line was a little bit better, held the Indians back for a little bit of time, but Fazio just didn't see his man, made the pass too late, and he was already about to get tackled, so it was just a bad throw.
Yeah, and deep down the field, well, the Indians did a great job. Senior cornerback Robert Schneider, as well as senior cornerback Elijah Lugo, did a great job in coverage. Fazio was forced to try and check it down. He tried to. He wasn't able to make the throw. And the Valley will receive the ball with just under 4 minutes left here in the first half.
Oh,
It is a bit of a squib kick. He ends up getting a good bounce. At least that'll keep the ball out of Chase Hemming's hands, who's had a couple of nice returns here for the Indians.
bounce was in the Braves' favor, but not a good kick. Puts the
Yeah,
Indians
and
in once
those-
again great field position, or decent field position. Sorry.
Those punts have been really close to getting blocked here, Will, and the Braves have got to be careful because the Indians are getting that pressure.
Yeah.
John Alexander trotting back out on the field for the Indians. Last drive, it was short, but he led the Valley for a touchdown. Let's see what he can do here, starting a little further back. Would not be surprised to see a run right here, as they have number 34, junior Joseph Fonseca in the backfield, along with 3 wideouts. It is going to be a handoff to Fonseca. The line does a great job. Nice tackle there.
Nice run on the play by number 34, Joe Fonseca.
Good tackle on the play by number 8, Fazio. He's doing it on offense and defense.
Yeah, Fazio has done so much for the Braves this year, but he doesn't have the team behind him. It's
Yeah,
not
it's sad
helping.
to say. He will definitely be playing at the collegiate level, though, in college.
Yeah, he's doing very well this game.
The Indians will come out with 4 wide receivers and Fonseca in the backfield. Alexander takes it. He's going to throw a little bubble screen pass to Mo Gega. Mo Gega is going to cut it upfield, and that is going to be very close to a first down. A little bit of pushing and shoving there at the end of the play on the far side, but nothing really too big to
Looked
talk
like
about.
He gets about 2 yards there.
They're going to mark him
Alexander-
just short of the first down. It'll be a 3rd and inches.
Yeah, Alexander has had 2 nice short throws this game. One to Neath for that touchdown, and that one to Mo Gega.
Actually, Will, the referee just overturned the other one, and that is going to be a first down for the Indians.
Yeah, so Alexander with the first down pass, he's getting some of those nerves out. He's doing a great job here.
The Indians
the
come out in
Indians.
one of their favorite formations, 3 wideouts, 1 fullback in the backfield, and Fonseca, who takes the snap, takes the handoff, I should say, from Alexander. He's breaking a couple tackles, but it looks like he's going back now. I see Kenny Fazio involved. I see number 16. Ball comes out at the end of the play, but it looked like Fonseca was already down. With forward progress, they're going to mark him down at the 42-yard line.
Yeah.
It'll be a 2nd and 8 coming up here for the Indians.
Yeah, the Indians are just getting yards on every play.
Fonseca checks out. Did not catch who checked in. It looks like Jerry Stylianesis checked in for him. He
Yeah.
should be in the backfield. Be interesting to see what play the Indians call here. Their playbook is wide open. They really have their choice. They got Gega De Palma out wide to the left, Aaron Neath out wide on this side, a fullback, and it is going to be a handoff to Stylianesis, and there's a big hole there. Jerry stiff arms a man, and that is a big run there for the Indians. He's going to be brought down at the Braves' 38-yard line. Great job there by the Indians' offensive line.
Huge 20-yard run for Stylianesis there. They are finding so many great holes up the middle on these running plays, allowing them to get a lot of yardage. The Braves just can't cover every area of the Indians' attack, and the Indians are just capitalizing on that and getting
And
a
Will,
lot
that
of yards
big
out of it.
offensive line, the defensive line, those seniors we've been talking about all game, that's what sets up the play. That is what sets it up right there, Will.
Yeah.
As they give big holes, they create the running backs, they help their team. Great job by the Indians. Alexander looks to pass. He does pass out wide. That's going to be complete for Aaron Neath for about 3 yards. It'll be a 2nd and 7 coming up. And the Indians stay in bounds. They only have just above a minute here, so they might have to go to a little bit of a hurry up.
Like you were saying before, Matt, the Indians here, they are so strong on both sides, and the Braves just don't have the sort of strength to counter that. And the Indians just keep pushing on, keep making these incredible plays.
And that line at the point of attack helps so much to make these big plays happen.
Yeah, that buys you time.
3 wide for the Indians. Alexander takes a snap. He hands it off to 34, Joseph Fonseca, who is going to pick up, it looks like a first down. We'll have
Yeah,
to
I
see
think
where they
that will
spot
be a
it.
first down.
40 seconds, and the clock is still ticking as the Indians go to a hurry up. They do still have 3 timeouts left if they want to use them, but they might not want to rack
Clock-
up the score.
Clock running for the Indians here. They're going to have to make a play quick or make
The
a play
clock
out
has
of
stopped
bounds.
as the refs are trying to figure out where they want to spot the ball, and they're going to bring the chains out to measure whether this was a first down or not. They're bringing the chains out? Yeah, the chains are coming out here. Well, what's your prediction? First down or no?
I think it's a first down. I'm looking at the sideline. I'm looking where the ball is. I think he's got it by about half a yard here at least. Or
By the live look, it looked like he did
Foot.
pick it up, but we'll have to see where the ref spotted him. Measuring. And
that
it
is a
going
first
to be a
down.
first down for the Indians. They are at the Braves' 28-yard line with 33 seconds left. Be interesting to see if they will keep going with this ground and pound strategy, if they're going to try and take a shot towards the end zone. Obviously, they don't want to run up the score here. We'll have to wait and see, as the clock will pick up again on the ref's whistle. And the clock is ticking with 30 seconds left. Alexander takes a snap. He's going to hand it off to Fonseca, who's got room to work. He finds the hole. Great vision there by Joseph Fonseca, and he just can't be brought down. The secondary's trying. It takes about 5 people to take him down, as he has great vision. He kept cutting to the left. He cut up right. Great job for the Indians to create a hole.
Yeah, huge run for Fonseca there. He is doing great, along with Stylianesis, along with Testa, along with Lugo.
The ball is spotted. The
Indians
time
offense.
goes back. There's 17 seconds. It's a handoff to Fonseca. He's looking. It's close. And it is going to be a touchdown for the Wayne Valley Indians. Great job on that drive by Joseph Fonseca and Jerry Stylianesis.
Yeah,
Stylianesis had some big rushing yards early. Fonseca just kept grounding and pounding. Great vision. And he is going to score. And with
Huge
10
rushing.
seconds left, the Indians are going to go up by about 6 scores.
Bunch of huge rushing plays there for the Indians, and that is just pushing them forward and forward and forward until they score that touchdown every drive.
Gega to kick the extra point. He's 2 for 5 on the night. Snap is good. Kick is up, and it is good. And the Indians are now up 39-0 with 10 seconds left here in the first half. We'll be right back. Not too sure what happened to Dub V, the Wayne Valley student section, but they all seem to have ventured off somewhere else.
Yeah, I don't think they are entertained by this game. They have not been that strong this year. But, you know, big student section, they're supporting.
I think they've done a great job.
Yeah.
10 seconds left here in the first half. Fonseca is going to kick off, as he's done all game. Indians seem to have a little problem as to tell who should be where. This sometimes does happen with backups in the game, because they don't have as much time as the starters. If you're Fonseca here, I would try not to give the ball to Fazio. Try and kick it to the other side if you can. Or just try and give some kind of a squib kick or something. We will have to see. And Chase Hemming is running on from the sideline. It looks like the Indians have figured out their formation. Fonseca's ready. The Braves are ready. The kick is up, and it is a nice kick there, as Fazio is going to have to field it at his own 8-yard line. He's running left. Going to be met there by number 11, Mo Gega. And there is 4 seconds left here, Will. Don't be surprised if the Braves will just knee this ball out, and we will go to halftime with the score. I'd be very surprised if they try to play right here. There just isn't enough time. They're too close. It would just be smart of them to just knee this football out. And
Yeah, they need that halftime. They need to talk them to and see if there's any way they could turn this game around.
all right. Well, the Braves are in the huddle, and it looks like they're not gonna. Looks like they are gonna run a play. Don't be surprised if it's just a little kind of run here or something, try and break something out. It is going to be a handoff to number 34. That is going to be met in the backfield for nowhere. And that is the end of the first half, as the Wayne Valley Indians are leading the game 39, Indians 0, Braves.
It is the Wayne Valley Indians 39 and the Indian Hills Braves 0.
So, Will, what were some keys from that first half to take
I mean,
away?
the Indians line on both sides is so strong, and when they're on defense, they are taking the Braves down, stopping every play they do, giving them no time to throw the ball. And when they rush, there is just guys there on them immediately to tackle them. The same thing on offense. You know, the Indians are just finding these holes, breaking the tackles, and they are just so strong against the Braves, and the Braves just cannot stop them. They're getting so many touchdowns here. The score is 39-0. Huge difference here.
Yeah, the Braves have under 20 total yards here. For the Indians, it's been the exact opposite. Everything they've tried has been working. They've gotten so many different people in. Alexander's looked good. Tommy Moran looked good to start. The line, as you said, has been creating holes for the running backs. So you have Stylianesis, who's having a great game. Fonseca looked great at the end there. Eli Lugo, John Testa, everything has looked really good so far here for the Indians. And what are some keys for the second half for both teams, Will?
I think the Indians just got to keep doing what they're doing. It doesn't seem like anything the Braves does can stop them. And for the Braves, I mean, they have to figure out something new in this short amount of time because it seems like everything they do just is not working. So they're going to have to really try to open up their playbook.
Sounds good, Will.
Figure something out, yeah.
Well, it's halftime here at Wayne Valley Stadium. As we said, the Valley Indians are up 39-0. We will come back to you at the start of the second half. For now, we'll be back.
3, 2, 1. We about to go off. When the speakers go blah, blah, blah. Everybody turn up. It's about to go down. Make the whole room spin. Turn the bass up loud. We about to go in. We can't stop now. We're the ones that you should really fear. Try to get in the way, you better believe we bring in the pain. Through the skies like a tiger, defying the laws of gravity. I'm a racing car, passing by. I'm gonna go. There's no stopping me. You can win, we got another thing coming. Indians.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are Wayne Valley Indian cheerleaders featuring freshmen Sammy Tomback, Gabby Gencarelli, Ella Rudd, Katie Moran, Liz Favino, Gabby Garcia, Cameron Dowson, Juliana Filippelli, Bella Black, Caitlin Fido, Ashley Goldberg, Gabby Soprano, Kaylin Dudek, Alexa Serafin, Christina Oliveri, Sydney Perry, and Grace Mazzi. Sophomores, Haley McMullen, Natalie Vitaco, Gianna Peixoto, Chloe Menzel, Tiffany Panabianco, Grace DeFrancesco, Victoria Palo, Olivia Black, Grace Steiner, Catherine Groda, and Kaylin Espida. Juniors, Alexa Marr, Marley Gilman, Liliana Munoz, Danielle Katz, thank you for all this information. This would not be possible without you. Thank you. Jessica Fedor, Elias Zuniga, Rachel Babbage, Cindy Ungerleiter, Tyler Goshenschlager, Darla Aziza, Gabby Zumedas, Jordan Brown, Madison Rios, Mirabella Casanova, and seniors Heather Mayer and Carolina Tillman, and your captains Nikki Grom, Courtney White, Haley Campsmith, Kayla Gutch, Megan Matula, Nicole Morse, Brianna Kulik, and Liz Sarugo. Ladies and gentlemen, if you please direct your attention to the end zone near where the scoreboard is. Tonight, we would like to honor the contributions of the senior members of the Wayne Valley High School Marching Band. Please join us now in applauding our senior band musicians as they and their families take the field. Our first senior, being escorted by his mom Janice and dad Mike, is senior baritone Daniel Craig. Our next senior, being escorted by his mom Vilma and his dad Mario, is senior baritone Justin De La Cruz. Our next senior, being escorted by his mom Kristen and his dad Jose, is fun ensemble Joey Delgado. Our next senior, being escorted by his mom Phyllis, his dad Mike, and his brother Michael, is senior color guard captain Joey Duke. Our next senior, being escorted by his mom Columbia and his dad Joe, is front ensemble James Guccione. Our next senior, being escorted by our mom Mary, her dad Robert, and her sister Alexandra, is senior saxophone Hallie Katz. Our next senior, being escorted by his dad Sebastian, his brother Danny, and sister Melissa, is senior drumline Sebastian Lara. Our next senior, being escorted by dad Jay, is front ensemble captain Ira Nyack. Our next senior, being escorted by Mr. Gabe Batiste, is senior baritone Adam Omar. Our next senior, being escorted by Mr. Pedro Morales, is senior clarinet section leader Tasneem Pantham. Our next senior, being escorted by her mom Denise, her dad Bill, her brothers George and William, sisters Jessica and Patty, is senior drum major Nikki Pike. Our next senior, being escorted by her mom Aunt Maria, her dad Andrew, her brother Daniel, and sisters Juliana and Adriana, is senior tuba Anna Rudd. Our next senior, being escorted by our mom Clarice, her dad Jason, sister Emily, brother Andrew, and grandma Sandy Sternberg, is senior brass section leader Megan Sternberg. Our next senior, being escorted by our mom Mary Ann, her dad James, and sisters Isabel and Abby, is senior flute section leader Deanna Thomas. Our next senior, being escorted by his mom Mim and his dad Henry, is senior drum line captain Chris Tube. And our next senior, being escorted by our mom Jennifer, her dad Paul, and sister Kate, is senior front ensemble captain Crystal Yoon. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, how about a great big round of applause for our graduating seniors of the class of 2020. for our Wayne Valley High School marching band. Congratulations, seniors. Attention, Wayne Valley High School. How about some shout-outs? Quick shout-out to our varsity volleyball player, Miss Lauren Antonio. Another shout-out to our varsity basketball player, Jenna Enda. Another shout-out to Julie Vanderclock, one of our amazing senior girls here at Wayne Valley High School. Another shout-out to Logan Damiani, another great senior here at Wayne Valley High School. Shout out to our captain and goalie from our Wayne Valley soccer team, Connor Gallo. Shout out to our future All-State volleyball player, Jules Labner. And another great volleyball player here at Wayne Valley High School, Alex Colello. Also a shout out to one of our varsity soccer players, Anthony Barone. And a happy 18th birthday this past week to Tori Ross and Gabby Gencarelli. And a shout out to two great 10th graders, Carly Hunsack and Lexi Jacine. And a shout out to two of our great soccer players here at Wayne Valley High School, Ava Liston and Arden Lembrick. Shout out to Jackie Tashenko, another great senior here at Wayne Valley High School. And another great soccer player, Nick Patelli. Shout out to our center fielder on the baseball team, Sam Green, along with another volleyball player here at Wayne Valley High School, Sammy Popek. Shout out to two other soccer players here in Wayne Valley High School, AJ Smith and Nick Lupo. And a shout out to Courtney DeLurpa, another two-sport star here at Wayne Valley High School. Shout out to Dominic Bonanamo, a 10th grader here at Wayne Valley High School, along with another great 10th grader, Aaron Clark, on our varsity soccer team, and one of my great seniors here at Wayne Valley High School, Grace Schneider. Shout out to all you wonderful kids here at Wayne Valley High School this evening.
But I know you were my friends once.
What?
Well, the team's coming back and they haven't even started their performance. So, we got a little timing problem. We got a little timing problem. They didn't start yet. The team's going.
Oh, they better hurry.
Yeah. So that Mercy, this is going to go into effect.
Yes.
Where's it?
Who's your sidekick? Yo!
Yeah, it's been 20 minutes. That's my time. I just said it. No, I'm good. I don't really. I gotta try to finish it.
Will, he said it. In or out?
Oh, one sec.
Okay, she got herself a little situation. The band hasn't started yet. And their Stevie Head is ready to come back on the field. They haven't started.
Interesting.
So we're gonna have a little situation.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, for about 8 weeks.
We get the show on the road, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. This game's been going on too. This game's been going on too long. Yeah.
Both teams ready to go.
They're coming out.
Okay, they're coming out. So
You're good at that.
they were like,
I mean, can they just do like a short version? I don't think they know how to do that, but who knows? Why haven't they started?
they might not even start.
But why haven't they started? They were ready like a couple minutes ago. Back home?
Ladies and gentlemen, how about a nice big round of applause for Wayne Valley Indian Marching Band?
And welcome back, folks, as we are back. The band is getting their equipment off the field. The players are out. They're warming up. And we are just about ready to go. Will, let's give a quick recap of how we got to this 39-0 score here.
Yeah, so the first half, you know, the Indians started out really strong, got a few early touchdowns against the Braves, and the Braves in every aspect of the game cannot stop the Indians. The Indians are just steamrolling them down, and they just keep racking up those points, and, you know, I think the game's going to continue in that direction here for the Indians. Matt?
It is senior night here, and with the score being as what it is, the starters have already come off the field. We have been seeing some of the backups in the first half, such as Fonseca, Alexander, Stylianesis, and Neath, all players making an impact on the offense. Will, what are the keys here for the second half?
Well, you know, for the Indians, they just got to keep doing what they're doing. Everything they've done so far has worked, and it has worked greatly for them. And for the Braves, they really got to open up that playbook, find something new. That they got to find a weakness in the Indians team here, and just be able to take that opportunity and work with it. Now, I don't know if they've found that, but, I mean, hopefully for them, they have something big here that they could pull out.
And, Will, it looks like they're just going to have to get Fazio, the senior, going. They've been trying to get him going all day. He's been decent. He's trying to do what he can with the team that he has, but they just have to get him going.
Yeah. You know, he's going to need to get going, and, I mean, we'll see what they do. He's got to get the team behind him, and then maybe they could get some yardage because they have had, what, about 20 positive yards this game in total?
Yeah, it's not looking good.
The entire first half. So it is really not looking good for the Braves.
The Indians have, while they have been looking good mostly, they have had a little bit of struggles on special teams as 2 kicks were blocked for the extra point by Mogega, and he also ended up missing one. Do you see this as a problem going forward, or you think that this is just a one-game thing?
I think that in future games we could see it as a problem. You know, Indian Hills is one of the weaker opponents for the Indians, so it's not a problem this game, but I think when they play, you know, future teams like Northern Highlands, they're going to need those points because that could really bite them if they lose them. So they're going to need to perfect that special teams game.
The Braves will be receiving the kick. The 3 minutes is up. We should see Fonseca go out to kick off. He has been kicking off all day. Expect to see Fazio on the return, which will happen in moments. Just going over some last special teams. You know, the special teams hasn't looked bad so far for the Braves, Will.
Yeah, the special teams have been the one part of their game that's really strong. I mean, they've had some good kick returns, some, you know, decent punts, and
a couple of punts that almost got blocked, right, Will?
Yeah, almost. The Indians keep charging them, but and then they blocked 2 kicks on the Indians.
So we'll look for more of the same here in the second half. Hopefully that offense can join up with everything that the special teams have been doing and take advantage of the great field position that they're getting.
Yeah, definitely.
Student section seems to have filled up a little bit more, and kickoff will be momentary. We'll be right back.
There is a penalty marker on the flag. The penalty is against the Indians. And they will kick off on the 25-yard line.
All right, so the Indians will be at the kickoff here. Looks like Fonseca is going in for the kick.
And we do see a lot of backups out on the return team. We see Joey Fight, Jerry Stylianesis, among others. Some people we don't normally see, Luciano Armenio, Michael Panabianco. Who can step up with them? When they get the opportunities, you got to make them count. Let's see who will make them count. No surprise as we see Fazio back deep for the Braves. He's at the 25-yard line, so it doesn't look like they're expecting a big kick. What can Fonseca do? He is going to squib it. It gets past one guy. Fazio fields it. Breaks one tackle and is brought down at the 43-yard line. Pretty good field position here for the Braves. They haven't been able to make good of it yet. Let's see what they can do on this drive.
Yeah, it's one of their better spots this game. And they haven't been able to make anything good out of it in the past, but you never know. I mean, they had a great break for halftime and, you know, good talking too. So we'll see what their game plan is for this half.
And the Braves will start first and 10 on their own 43-yard line.
Well, we do have an update in here on the player that was hurt, Jelen. It seems as though he has a severe knee injury. He's definitely ruled out for the rest of this game, and it looks like he might be done for the rest of the season. They are predicting or suspecting a torn ACL at the moment.
Yeah, that's rough.
The Braves have been hit by the bug all day, and unfortunately it's back. Fazio under center. He's going to take the snap, hand it off to number 32. There is a flag in the backfield. It might be a hold on the Braves. That's what I'm suspecting. 32 is met at the line. He's going to gain about 2 yards, but we'll have to see if it stands.
That was Daniel Gaffney on the rush.
Carried by number 32, Daniel Gaffney.
Gaffney's a little undersized, with only being 5'5", but you know he did look like he had some quickness there. Unfortunately, that we've been talking about it all day. Will that Valley defensive front is tough.
Yeah. The Braves might just need that speed, though, to get past them before they can reach them. But that penalty was on the Braves, and that's going to take them back a lot.
It was a holding. That is what I had predicted.
Sadly for the Braves, we've seen a lot of that this game. Every yard they make up, they lose 10 more. It's just not good for them.
That's a replay first down, right? Yeah. First and 20. It'll be a first and long coming up here for the Indians. They got the 3 wide set. 2 running backs in the backfield. Takes the snap. He's going to fake the handoff, Fazio. He's got a little bit of space out there on the left side, but good pursuit there by senior number 44. Great job, Benito Dorsey. Hasn't made a big impact yet. We'll look to see if he can in the second half.
We see Dorsey coming in now, and, I mean, good play for him. We'll see what he could do. I mean, stops the Indians in their backfield yet again.
And Will, we also haven't mentioned, but because the game is a 35-point differential, we will now be going to the modified timing rule, which means that the clock will only stop for penalties, injured players, timeouts, and for scores. So we might have a quicker second half here, and this rule will go out of effect if the Braves are able to make it within 35. We'll have a second and 24 coming up here. Braves in their favorite formation, 3 wideouts, 2 running backs, Fazio in the back. Indians seem to be suspecting some kind of run as they are stacking the box. It is going to be a handoff to number 32. And he's actually able to get a couple of yards, but good job there by the linebackers for the Indians. They stop him. It'll be another 3rd and long coming up here. The Braves have looked better, Will, but, I mean, from that first half, it can only go up.
Yeah, I mean, compared to that first half, they're doing great right now. But still, it's the penalties that are killing them with their yardage. Whenever they make a good play, it just goes right back. But, you know, these are some nice runs for them, so we're seeing some positivity from the Braves here.
Yeah, they can't keep shooting themselves in the foot with penalties. And also, as we talked about, their center has had some problems with a couple of high snaps. They got to try and fix these little things up, and maybe they can get some kind of a drive going.
Yeah, it's a lot of little things, but if they fix most of them, it could change the game by a substantial amount.
3rd and 18 here, as the Braves are going to come out with 1 guy in the backfield, 4 wideouts. Indians have 2 safeties back. Looks like it's going to be a 4-man rush. The quarterback, Fazio, is looking to throw. He's just going to end up taking it for about 3 yards, and this will be a 4th and long coming up. Once again, Will, the penalties hurt the Braves. They are not able to even get back to where they started from that kickoff, and they're going to have to punt it deep.
Yeah, another one of many punts coming up here for the Braves.
Yeah, we'll have to see. The Indians have been close to blocking some of the punts. Maybe they'll be able to get it here. Chase Hemming is back deep for the Indians to receive the punt. He's had a couple of nice ones. Don't be surprised if the punter just tries to pooch kick it or kick it out of bounds.
Yeah.
He's going to kick it, and it's just going to bounce, and Hemming is deciding to let it roll, doesn't want to risk a fumble. And he gets a beautiful roll out of the punter. out of the ball. That is going to be downed at the Indian 6-yard line.
Yeah, great punt for the Braves there. Puts the Indians in awful field position. But, you know, that defensive line for the Braves, they haven't really been able to get in on the Indians quarterback here. So, I mean, we'll see if that changes at all for this half.
John Alexander coming back. This will be his third drive. He had success on both of his first two, as both of them ended in touchdowns. We'll have to see what he can do here, starting so far backed up. Don't be surprised if you see a run on this first play just to try and get them out of their own end zone.
Yeah, definitely. John Alexander has done great this game coming in here.
Stylianesis is in the backfield, and he is going to be met at the line of scrimmage. He gains 1 yard. It'll be a 2nd and 9 coming up here.
Nice stop there for the Braves. We're seeing a little bit of shift here in the second half, but it's not like a huge difference, but we'll
Aaron
see where they
Neath checks in at receiver for Alexander Okin. Neath caught a 3-yard touchdown pass before from Alexander. On 4th down, we were not sure if they were going to go for it. They decided to, and the plan worked well. Alexander takes a snap. He's going to hand it right back off to Stylianesis. He is going to gain a couple of hard yards on the ground. We are going to have a 3rd and 3 coming up here for the Indians.
Yeah, good for the Indians. A couple small rushing plays, but this rushing game is really what they got. That's so strong here. They're just keeping that going, keeping those yards coming, and just right now slowly advancing.
We do have to give credit, though, as that Braves defense, maybe they got a little energized at half. They have been looking better.
Something happened. And
the holes have not been as big as they were in the first half. We'll have to
doing
see. Alexander takes a snap. It's going to be a QB draw.
Ooh.
He avoids the hit from Fazio, but is unfortunately met in the backfield by a caravan of people, and the Indians are going to be forced to punt. Good job there by the Braves defense.
The Braves have been
first
doing
3 and out.
Braves have been doing great. Also, keep in mind there are a lot of subs in for the Indians right now, but I mean, hopefully that should make that game a little more equally matched. Both sides.
Hey, any positives that the Braves can take away from this game, Will, you got to try and
they
look
need
at the
everything
good.
they can get, and they're doing great right now. It's a great second half for them so far. That's what they need to see.
The Indians are going to punt. Gega is back. He punts it. Pretty nice punt. Fazio is unable to get it, and Gega will get the friendly bounce. That ball is touched by number 25, Michael Panabianco. And the Braves will have pretty good field position here as they will start at their own 47-yard line.
Yeah, and the Braves have had multiple drives where they start in between the 45 and the 50 on their own side here. But, you know, so far they haven't been able to do anything with it. But, you know, this second half, they're coming out with some new energy, and, you know, they might be able to do something here.
Alexander Okin checks in for Joseph Fonseca. And Anthony Chickatano is going to check out as well for the Indians. It'll be interesting to see what these juniors can do here. Can they make an impact? Can they show the coach what he wants to see when they get their opportunity? The Braves have 4 wide set, 1 running back in the backfield. They're going to motion the other running back, and they're going to hand it off on a little bit of an end around, number 16. He's going to try and one-out ride, but good pursuit there by senior number 44, Benino Dorsey.
Beautiful play by Dorsey there. Stopped it with just, I think, about a half a yard here for the Braves, or nothing for that matter.
Second big tackle that he's had. No gain on that play. It'll be a 2nd and 10 coming up here for the Braves.
Yeah, Dorsey has made some great tackles here. We see him coming in, and he's making these good plays. He's showing his skills off to Coach Kotlars.
Nice to see number 51, Aspro, getting a shot. He's only a sophomore, so he has a bright future ahead of him. Be interesting to see what he can do on the line along with Freed and Robbie Chet.
Yeah, so we see this Indians line here on defense, not as strong because of the backups in, but they are still combating the Braves pretty well.
Braves are going to go with 4 wideouts and 1 running back. It's going to be a little bubble screen to number 16, who just caught that last pass. He's going to get by Dorsey, and he is going to be close to a first down. Nice play there, and it looks like for the first time, the Braves will take the ball onto the valley side of the field.
Yeah, that was number 16 for the Braves, Aiden Chumas, a senior. He took off with such speed there, able to get those yards, and first down for the Braves.
They are
Great
going to mark
play.
the first down. It looked like from here he didn't get it, but
Yeah.
must have been a little forward progress at the end.
That
there.
was a beautiful play by Chumas there. And the Braves getting some momentum here, like we said, out of the second half, looking newly energized.
We'll have to see how these Indians will react to the first time that they're getting pushed back a little bit. Will they bend and don't break, or will they break? Have to
It'll
see.
be interesting to see what happens here.
It's nice to see the Braves going with a couple of new play calls, too, as they've
Yeah.
been keeping their playbook pretty simple as of yet. But
Uh-huh.
they're starting to go out with this formation that they seem to like with the 4 wideouts and Fazio at the QB position.
Fazio's doing a pretty good job at that position.
He takes a snap. He's going to look. It seems like they just ran the same play, but this time the Indians are all over it.
Yeah, thrown to Chumas in the opposite direction of the last play, and the Indians just saw it coming. They took him down immediately there.
Nice play by number 25, Michael Panabianco. Great job there on that play, as the little bubble screen worked the first time. Did not work there. Got snuffed out.
No.
And Will, with the clock winding down with these new rules, we have just about a minute, just under 2 minutes left here in the third quarter. This game is starting to pick up the pace a little
Yeah,
bit.
second half going very quickly here because of this rule. And
Although it's kind of interesting to see Indian Hills not try and pick up their pace. They're still playing the game pretty slow and
Yeah.
taking their time here. I guess down 39-0, they've kind of conceded the game. They're just trying to have some quality drives.
Yeah, that's what I think too. They're trying to just get anything they can, you know.
4 wide, but this time it'll be 2 on each side. Number 16 is going to go in motion. A little bit of a high snap, but Fazio being 6'3" got up. And great job there by Michael Panabianco. Second play in a row. He gets there. That's exactly what the coach wants to see. Junior coming in, getting his opportunity, and stepping up big here for the Indians.
Yeah,
It's going to be a
Panabianco.
big 3rd and long.
He has had some great tackles here, and you know the Braves just keep getting shut down. You know,
They had a little bit of momentum, Will, but Panabianco and Benino Dorsey have been making some great plays here in the second half.
Yeah, they've been really good for the Indians. So it's good to see these backups coming in, and they are doing great for the Indians.
3rd and 18 here. Be interesting to see what kind of a play.
Third and a lot more than 18. Third and very long here for the Braves.
Big long 3rd down. It looks
Yeah.
like the Indians are going to drop people back in coverage. Braves just electing to run it, try and get any kind of yards.
Looks
That
like
rush by number 32, Gaffney. He's got a couple rushes so far, hasn't been getting great yards. And it looks like the Braves will be forced to punt the football back to the Indians.
Yeah,
So although the Indians got shut down on that last play, they end up getting a nice job by the defense, getting the ball back. What do you look to see here, Will, on this drive for the Indians?
I mean, they haven't been as strong this second half. I think they need a throw here or there. I mean, the running game, or they could switch up the running game just a little bit. And we'll see what they get. Gain some yardage here. And, you know, obviously, scoring touchdowns is a good thing. So
With that rush, that will bring the end of the third quarter as the Wayne Valley Indians are still leading 39-0. The teams will switch the sides that they are going. The fourth quarter imminent with Valley getting the football. We will be right back. Chase Hemming back deep for the Indians. The Braves are not wanting him to get in space with the football as they've been punting it anywhere but him. It's going to be a little squib kick. And Hemming decides to field it off the bounce. And the Indians are going to start at their own 20-yard line. What can senior John Alexander do? How will he rebound after he just got stopped for the first time on that last drive? How is he going to rebound? We will wait and see. Where is he?
And the Indians will start first and 10 on their own 20-yard line.
Is DJ going in?
what number is DJ?
Did he put DJ in? Scratch that last call as DJ Pacoy has come into the game at quarterback. They're going to let him have his opportunity here. Probably get 1, maybe 2 drives. Let's see how he does. takes the snap, hands it off to Stylianesis. Stylianesis with great vision and a nice spin move there. He's going to get 5 hard-earned yards there. That'll be a 2nd and 5 coming up here for the Indians.
Beautiful job evading those tackles for Stylianesis.
Yeah, great vision there,
Yeah,
Will.
great gain of about 5 yards, and that's what the Indians want right now. You know, they're trying to gain these yards, even though they're up by so much, putting these backups and seeing what they could do against Indian Hills.
That may be what the team wants, Will, but I want to see what Pecoy has. We haven't seen much of him yet.
Yeah, I do
He is
too.
the future for Wayne Valley after this year. I want to see him throw a couple passes. Let's see what he has. Fonseca in the backfield here for the Indians. Oh, that's going to be a false start there
Offside.
for the defense. That's
Offsides.
going to give the Indians 5 yards up. Is this going to be a first down or a 2nd and inches?
It is a 5-yard penalty for encroachment, and that sets up a first down for the Indians.
That is encroachment for the Braves, and that is going to be a first down for the Indians.
Pecoy takes the snap, hands it off to Fonseca. He just has no space to go. He's ended up able to break a couple of tackles, but they're going to rule him down because of no forward progress. That's going to be no gain on the play. 2nd and 10 coming up here for the Indians. And it looks like the big linemen have checked out, and they're checking in some of their smaller receiving backs. I see number 21, Luciano Armenio, coming in. I see number 14, Anthony Chicatano. 2 little smaller slot receivers. Let's see what they can do here.
McCoy here, remember, he will be the starter next year, playing with a lot of his future teammates for next year. So
one-on-one on the outside, but they are just going to hand the ball off to Fonseca. And you're exactly right, Will. That seems to be what the coach wants to do, as he wants to surround Pecoy with what he will have next year.
Yeah, we're seeing next year's lineup here a little bit. And, you know, how Pecoy reacts to that and, you know, how he plays with all his guys in here.
There was a hold on that last play, so that run, that 10-yard run by Fonseca will be negated, and it will have a 2nd and long coming up here. Maybe we'll finally get to see Pecoy's arm.
Yeah, I hope so. I want to see it. I want to see what he can do out there, you know, reading the guys, seeing if he could throw that nice ball.
It'll be 2nd down for the Indians on the 23-yard line.
It will be a 2nd and 16 coming up here for the Indians, as they have 3 wideouts, Fonseca in the backfield along with a fullback. Pecoy is going to fake the pass. It's going to be a little bit of a play action, but he's going to end up on a QB draw actually there. 6 hard-earned yards, and it's going to be a 3rd and 10 coming up here.
Yeah, that was a great rush for him. We see that him going up the middle. He's got a good eye, and you know he gained a few yards out of that. That was great for the Indians, but it's still 3rd and about 10 here because of the penalties.
Colin Schmitz and Luis Del Forno just checked in for the Indians on the offensive line. Let us see on 3rd and 10 what the Indians will call. They might just want to rush it, not trying to do anything, or they might let Pecoy. We might be able to see his arm talent here.
Yeah, I want to see a pass here.
3 wideouts, 2 backs, 2 guys in the backfield. It is going to be a handoff to Fonseca. He breaks 1 tackle, breaks 2 tackles, reaches out with the football, but is not able to get the first down. And we are going to have a 4th down. The punt team will come on the field, and they are going to punt it to the Braves.
Back to punt for the Indians, number 11, Mo Gaga. Back to the punt for the Braves, number 8, Kenny Fazio, along with number 16, Aiden Schumas. Mo Gaga's punt was out of bounds.
Unless it's DJ.
And the Braves will start 1st and 10 on their own 37-yard line.
The Braves will have a 1st and 10 coming up here on their own 37. It'll be interesting to see what they can do, if they can do anything at all.
Yeah, and keep in mind the clock is running still with about 7 minutes and 10 seconds left in the 4th quarter. It's not looking like the Braves have any chance at winning this, but hope maybe they can get a few points.
No, well, this game is definitely over for the Braves.
Oh, yeah.
A nice win there. A nice win tonight here for the Indians. They played great. They got a lot of different guys in. See a lot of different things. We see John Testa on the sideline talking with someone. We see Tommy Moran talking with someone. Those guys have got to be feeling good after the big start they had. And We are now going to see what these other players can do. The Braves are in that 3-wide set formation that they like, 2 guys in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff to number 32. Someone was coming hard off the edge there. It looked like Panabianco, and he forced him. Might not have got the tackle, Will, but he forced him to go up the middle and get
Yeah, he
nowhere.
definitely did. Good pressure there by Panabianco.
Yeah, that's not going to show up in the stat sheet, Will, but that's still a great job out
Yeah.
of him. He's looked great so far this second
yeah.
half. The coach has got to be happy with what he's seeing out of him.
And that's
Had
great to see for the future of the Indians team. You know, we got guys like Panabianco, you know, McCoy. They're doing a good job. So.
We see Joey Fight come in at cornerback. And we also see Luciano Armenio, looks like as a safety, along with Pacoy. So it'll be interesting to see what they can do. Fight is in one-on-one coverage on the near side. Maybe the quarterback will try and test that, although he is dropping back. He's no longer in press coverage. Instead, it's going to be a handoff up the middle. That play is going nowhere, stuffed. Good job by the defensive line there for Valley. It is going to be a 3rd and 9 coming up here for the Braves.
Yeah, the Braves have not really had any 3rd and long conversions here, so I'm not expecting one here from them.
Yeah, don't be surprised, Will, if they just run this football and punt it off. It doesn't seem like they really are trying to any passes or anything, and I'm a little surprised that they're taking so much time, but I guess
they are not hurrying up at all with the clock running. I mean, we're at 5 minutes now left in the game, so I think this game is well over.
The war cry goes out. The band plays it. A little interesting that they decide to choose it now in a 39-0 game.
Yeah, it's quite interesting.
It's going to be a handoff to number 22. He gets about 7 yards there. It's going to be stopped, and it'll be a 4th and 3 coming up here.
Big rush for the Braves, but it just doesn't really get anything done for them.
I don't see the punt team coming out. They might be going. No, they are going to send the punt team out here.
Yeah. I mean, there wouldn't be much to lose here if they try to go for it, but we're going to see the punt team once again many times.
Everyone loves the Indian war cry,
especially all 4 people in the Wayne Valley student section.
Yeah, the student section seems to have gone home for the night.
Yeah, but those 4 people are very committed. I must say that.
Hemming back deep for the Indians.
The punt goes up to about the 35 there for the Braves.
And the Indians will start 1st and 10 on their own 43-yard line.
Arminio in at quarterback. He's going to hand it off to Fonseca. Fonseca bounces off some tackles, goes to the left. Fonseca with a big run there. It looked like he was going to get tackled, but no one just went at him.
Yeah, he broke a few tackles. I don't know if the Braves really committed to those tackles because he did not look phased at all. He just kept running, got the big run there.
And Fonseca's a big guy. He's able to bounce off a lot of those hits, being 5'10", 190.
Yeah.
Pretty big for a running back, especially in high school, but he's good.
He's got the speed, too.
He's got a bright future. Reminds me of Nicolo Trani.
Oh, yeah.
Big guy that played with Money Michaels last year.
Yeah. Money Michaels, gotta love him.
Arminio still in at quarterback. It looks as though they have Joey Fight in the backfield.
Yeah, it's interesting to see.
Not too sure what this play is. They seem to have 2 running backs and then Joey Fight in the backfield. Little interesting decision here. Not too sure what this play is, Will.
Yeah, this is going to be something interesting out of the Indians here. Oh, and they take a knee.
Arminio will take the snap and knee it, and it looks like the Indians are just going to knee this ball out. We'd like to give a shout out to the great PA announcer, Mr. Jeffrey Snyder, as he did a great job announcing all day.
Yes, he
under
is.
a lot of pressure, said all the names, especially with senior night. He did a great job. We just want to give a big shout out to
Yeah,
him.
he's always on point with all those name calling and everything. He does a great job at that. It's great to have him here at Wayne Valley.
As far as the game, it looks like it's going to be over as Luciano Armenio is just taking a knee.
Yeah.
Luciano Amino on the carry.
So, Will, with this game just about wrapped up, you have any final thoughts?
Yeah, I think this game was just, the tone was set from the start. Early touchdowns for the Indians, and I mean, they just kept the momentum going. There was no shifts to the Braves ever. The Indians just dominated the entire game. No hope for them ever. You gotta feel bad in some way, but I mean, they just did not have the sort of talent to beat the Indians here. Matt, what are your thoughts on it?
Well, the only word that I can really use to describe this game was total domination, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You hate to say that, but it was not a good performance for the Braves. They had
Not at
some
all.
muffed special teams. They muffed a couple of snaps. They did not play a great game. And Armenio takes a knee. The teams are coming out, and that is going to be it for the game as Wayne Valley will pick up a big win, 39-0.
That brings the Indians to 4-1 and the Braves 0-5. Rough game there for the Braves, but Indians did a great job.
Great win here for the Indians, exactly what they needed, and they're starting to get the ball rolling a little bit here, Will. They suffered a tough loss to Hills, but besides that, they've looked pretty good. That defense, as we talked about, allowing 0 points today, so they have allowed 26 points through 5 games. That's just unheard of.
Yeah, the Indians have done an incredible job this season. After that Hills game, a little rough, but they've really got everything together here. We still see a bunch of penalties here and there, but, it's hard to see in a game like this where they dominate the other team, but there are a few things here and there they have to work on, but they're looking really strong for the rest of the season.
Yeah, they'll definitely have to take a look at Mo Gega, who missed an extra point and had 2 of them blocked. They'll have to try and fix up for that, but besides that, great job all around. We just want to give another special shout-out to all of the seniors here at Wayne Valley, the senior cheerleaders, the senior band members, and the senior football players, of course. They've all given 4 great years of service here, and we want to give them a special shout-out. Great performance again by the Indians. That looks like it'll be all for us here. Our next football game will be on October 25th against Northern Highlands. Signing off for now, I'm Matt Crafting.
This is Will Michaels.
And you are watching The V.